Hi, this is Dave. This is my response to the difficult vinyl tag put out by Brian and Embryonic Robot. I hired a team of Stanford computer engineers. We went through thousands of computer simulations and came to the conclusion that this tag cannot be solved. But Brian was kind enough to throw us a lifeline and allow us to change a question around a little bit if we didn't have an answer. There are 10 questions. I think all vinyl tags should be 10 questions or less. That's the perfect length. So question 1, show a CD long box. This is Rick Astley, Hold Me in Your Arms. This is still sealed, and this is going to stay sealed. I don't want to be the one who opens it up and releases all the evil spirits that are trapped inside the CD. Question 2, show a flexi disc. This flexi disc was tucked inside a used record that I recently bought. This is Eric Nightingale. As you can see, Eric is a very serious businessman, and the secrets that he shares with us on this flexi disc, I think will certainly unleash your business potential to its fullest. 3, show a record with a timing strip. This is Laura Nyro Nested from 1978 with the DJ timing strip on it. Promo stamp and white label promo. If you're interested in knowing more about Laura Nyro, Katie Cords just did what I thought was a fantastic video talking about Laura Nyro. I'm gonna put a link to that video that she did. Question 4, show a live LP where you were in attendance. In 1997, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers did a 20-night run of shows at the Fillmore in San Francisco. I was fortunate enough to see 5 of those shows. I don't remember the exact dates that I went to, but I do remember what guest stars played. So I was at the show that John Lee Hooker was a guest star at. I was at the show that Roger McGuinn was a guest star at. And 14 of the tracks on here came from those 2 nights. These shows were so good. You know, sometimes you go to a concert and the band is just doing their job, putting on a show for you. And then you go to some shows where the band is having just as much fun as you are. And that was the case for these Tom Petty shows. What a great time those were. Question 5, show a record not in Discogs. This is a mid-60s record by Sod Sip. It's a private pressing on Contour Records out of San Carlos, California. Nothing in Discogs about this. Nothing about it on the internet. This is like mid-60s electronic computer music, you know, lots of beeps and bops. But I was able to do a little bit of sleuthing, and the producer and writer of this was someone named Brian K. Gardner. Now I was able to track down a Brian Knapp Gardner, Knapp with a K, who was a mastering engineer, started work in the 1960s at Fantasy Records, so that would definitely put him in the Bay Area around that time. He went on to Bernie Grundman Mastering, where he became famous with the R&B and hip-hop artists of the 80s and 90s. His nickname was Brian Big Bass Gardner. So I think there's a shot that this might have been an early record by Brian Big Bass Gardner. 6, show a single in 2 formats. This is the US 7-inch of REM, Fall on Me, backed by Rotary 10. This is the UK 12-inch, Fall on Me, backed by Rotary 10, and they added a cover of Aerosmith's Toys in the Attic. Show an album in all the singles. It's a 1984 neo psychedelic masterpiece from Echo and the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain. There were 3 singles to come off this record. The most famous song off here, The Killing Moon, was the lead single. Followed by Silver. Followed by Seven Seas. And this is the Penguin cover of Seven Seas. 8, show a record bundled with a CD. This is the original pressing of Wilco's Sky Blue Sky, which came with the bonus CD. Question 9, show a box set in 2 different formats. This is the question that I failed at. I don't have a box set in 2 different formats. So I'm going to make up my own question, and that is, show an orphaned record that should be part of a box set, but is not. And that I'll show Black Sabbath, Monomania. These are the mono 7-inch mixes that were put out during the early era of Black Sabbath. Very happy to find this. You know, I certainly didn't want to buy that box set, but found this out in the wild, so I'm taking very good care of it. Last question, show a song that mentions your name. Well, Paul gives me a personal shout out on When I'm 64 off of Sgt. Pepper's. Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight. If it's not too dear, we shall scrimp and save. Grandchildren on your knee, Vera, Chuck, and Dave. Well, thanks, Brian, for a fun tag. Definitely made you think hard about your record collection. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.